Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to wherever you are in this world. Thank you for coming back to another episode on our Infused Behavioral channel. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the second most important behavior that we need to develop when we are doing sales, and that is the behavior of questioning. Many people or many sales professionals find it difficult to ask questions. When I say that, it's because a lot of times we are actually not taught, even in school, to ask questions. I remember the days when I tried to ask a question and the teacher would actually shout at us and say, "Why do you ask so many questions? Just do, just accept the fact that this is it." But we are not given that opportunity to ask, and we are actually not allowed to ask. It's like we are to be seen, not to be heard. Without realizing that, many of us have grew up and get into adulthood, even at work. We don't ask enough questions to our leaders, to our subordinates, to our peers, to actually gather information so that we can do better work. Likewise in sales, when we don't ask the right questions, we don't get the right information. And that at most times will actually hinder us from getting the sales. When we ask a question, have a purpose to asking the question. What are you trying to get? Why do you want to ask these questions? When you give more thoughts to that, your questions become more specific, more direct, and gives you the right response for you to develop the right solutions for your customers, right? And there are many ways of asking questions. You can ask question in a very direct manner, or you can actually ask it in a less subtle way of getting to that information. Using question can help you to influence somebody, to also guide the person towards the direction you want them to take. Right? As they say, there is always an answer to every question. Right? I find that a lot of times when I ask questions to my clients or to my customers, they are actually discovering the answers themselves. They are actually clearing their own doubt about the products or services with the questions that I'm asking. Because when we ask a question, the person has to think, especially if it's an open-ended question, not a closed-ended question. Now, open-ended question make people think. The more they think, the easier it is for you to actually influence, if you haven't realized that yet. Right? So if I want to get somebody to do something, or for example, if you want to buy something, I like to ask a lot more questions as to why is this important for them? Why do they desire to have this? So the more that they try to answer that, the more they think about it, it's actually helping them to actually clear the doubts that they may have. Right? The more they clear, the easier it is for us to actually close the sales. But we don't ask enough of those kind of questions. The way that I do that in actual fact is I like to start off by asking a close-ended question. So for example, I would ask, do you mind if I ask you a question? Majority of people will say, yeah, sure, go ahead, I don't mind. Right? Most people will. So what that does in actual fact is it actually opens up the mind to help the person to accept the next few questions that are going to come. All right, whether it's a personal questions or whatever it is. But it's just to get them ready. So I start with that. I ask, do you mind if I ask you a question? They say yes, right? You want to look at this product because you find that there are some uses that you can go with it. Yes? I say yes. Right? So the more yes question I have in terms of close-ended questions, the easier it is for me to open up the mind. So I would usually try to go for 3 or 4 yeses. Then I ask the open-ended questions. So some of the open-ended questions I would use is, what do you find interesting about this? So they have to start explaining it to me. The more they explain, the more information they're giving me, and likewise they're giving me clues as to their buying pattern, how they like to buy. So I look up for keywords, I hear out for keywords, feel, see, touch, whatever. So the more that they give me those clues, the more I understand how the person makes a decision. Some of us make decision based on our touch. Some of us base our decision on what we see or what we hear, right? So the more I start to understand it, then the more I can communicate in that manner. When I do that, I create more understanding. I hope that makes sense. So the more that people understand what you say, the easier it is for you to actually now build rapport, then also create consensus. When you have consensus and agreement, the sales is there. It's just a matter of you asking for it. And there goes the other behavior, that goes back to the behavior of asking for the sales, right? Ask for it. When you see that they are ready for it, then ask for it. When they're not ready, you can still go back to asking questions. Some of the questions that I use to pose to my customers is, what would help you to get ready to buy this product? What is stopping you from getting this product? So some of these questions will again come back to giving us more information about what's stopping you, what's creating their doubt, so that you know how to provide that answers, right? Like I said earlier on to you guys in my previous video, we don't always have to close 100% of sales. We may not close it up today. Again, like I said, we may not close this person, but we can close them, their friends or their relatives, or maybe we can close them another time. It doesn't have to be today. But what is important is that I leave the customer with a good impression, a good experience dealing with me, right? So I'm not the pushing type of salesperson. I'm the sales professional that actually pull people in. So when you have a good experience with me, I'm pretty sure that you will remember me. And I'm pretty sure that you will actually, if you want to buy this product, you will call me back, right? And that's what I'm looking for, right? So use questioning as one of your tools to help you manage sales, right? Change that behavior, learn to ask more questions, build an arsenal of questions in your treasure box, right? Think about it. With experience, you will gather more questions, and those questions now will have intent and purpose. So when you ask them, you're getting what you want or what you need, right? That's all I have to share with you today. Now, if you like what I spoke about, give us a like. Please do subscribe for more videos that are coming up. And just to let you know, a quick information, we do have a sales program coming up in July. Please look out for that in our channel, in our social medias as well, in our website, and sign up for it if you like. If you want some help in terms of finding new strategies in terms of your sales, or if you're new to sales, or even if you are struggling with it, please do come and join us so that we can help you develop some of the right strategies for you to be more consistent in sales. So again, if you like what you see, click the like button, subscribe to us, and look us up in our website or in our other social medias, and leave us a comment, please, or leave us a question. We'll come back to you. Right? Stay home, stay happy, as one of my FB friends told me to do. Says, stay happy, and peace out.